Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 802 Scoop Weekly Wrap-Up right here in the Inside Scoop Studios of 185 North Main Street. Tonight, we've got some special guests. Super excited about this. It's Christmas for Kids special. And, of course, I'll introduce everyone. We've got the ever-lovely Raylene, who is officially annoyed by that comment. Katie Fleury.
Hello.
Jen Carbonneau.
Hey.
And Jason Fleury.
Hello.
How are you guys doing this evening?
Doing well, thanks.
Good, how are you?
Doing
Nice. So, you're here to talk about For Christmas for Kids, huh?
Yeah, it's that time of year. It just seems like it just stopped not too long ago, and we're back at it again.
I know. I remember how it wasn't that cold last year.
That wasn't bad. It definitely years past, especially during the coin drop a few times. It's been quite challenging. Sometimes they try to stay warm.
So this is the first time I'll be like somewhat involved, not as a counselor. So does that mean I don't have to go stand in the rain?
No, you have to.
No, that's
Definitely.
not. It's required.
Yeah.
That's not what that means.
These three wonderful people that stand in the rain every year are not counselors either, Michael Booten.
That is true. I guess that's a very valid point. That's a very valid point. My bad. Yeah. So this is really awesome. Jason, do you wanna give a little bit of a history on the Christmas for Kids, since we're for folks that may not know what Christmas for Kids is?
So Christmas for Kids was a brainchild of my former colleagues, Andy Marceau, Sam Hill, Dennis Bernard, and a few others. It started out kind of like, it started out small and grew big over the years. I've been involved with it for, oh my God, over 20 plus years. Kay's been involved with it since she was born, so it's got to be 25, 26 years anyways that we've been involved, and it was going before that.
Wow. I didn't realize it was going that long.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
It's sort of morphed. In the beginning, it started out, and it was sort of in conjunction with some of the other locals with Toys for Tots and stuff a little bit too to start with.
Mm-hmm. A true city tradition.
Absolutely, it's been going on. I would say, if not all, but pretty close to my 34 years I've been here in the city.
Wow.
So Andy was involved with it?
Andy was right towards the beginning of it. He's one of the founding members of the Barrie Juvenile Officers Association.
Nice. So for folks that may not know who Andy was, Andy Marceau used to work for the police department, and unfortunately he retired and then moved to Colorado. And unfortunately we lost him back in 2020, I believe. But you know, what a really awesome guy. He was the deputy chief and just all around a really great guy. Which Christmas for Kids, obviously, you know, is a product of that. So, yeah. So now, it's my understanding at one point there was like truckloads, correct?
Yeah, so we would go. It was that was a fun time when we had to go mass Christmas shopping. We'd get like almost a U-Haul size vehicle, and we'd go shop down at like Toys R Us. They'd open it up just for us, and we'd go in and buy like the whole store out. It seemed like, and bring it back, and then have to sort it. And that was pre-wrapping everything too. So we didn't have that, but it was fun. And then we'd deliver via big trucks and police cars, and a little once in a while it was the fire department helped out as well too some of the time.
Nice.
And we had former governors and people come and help us deliver. And it was real fun watching Jim Douglas going to a door and knocking on the door, and then somebody opens up and there's the governor of the state of Vermont handing you some toys and stuff.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I think, anyway. And you talk about, so that was pre-wrap. So that means that now not only do you all shop, you get the list, you do all the shopping, and then you wrap everything?
wrap everything. Yeah,
Wow.
we have a lot of helpers. The Renita is group would help us out doing the wrapping. The council has helped in past. Michael has been there right along too. It's a fun time. We have Cole's come. He does some of the community service. It's a fun time. I'm not by any means a good rapper.
Me either.
So I mean but it's wrapped. Yes.
I start out strong,
And then you,
but after the
Fifth present, or just about.
the fifth.
after the
Yeah.
fifth, it's yeah.
Yeah.
fair game.
So do you look for volunteers for this? Like, can people, even though you already kind of have your routines down, can other people join in?
Usually it's sort of the one that sort of formulates who's there. I mean, Michael, when he was in with the council, we'd have a wrapping council day, and Renita usually is the one that through her foundation and her work, she sort of formulates
Spearheads that for
the
you.
people there. So I'd say, and I'm not speaking for her. I've talked to her a little bit, and she's looking forward to it. But I would say probably when it gets closer to that time,
She'll let everybody
let
know
everybody
if she
know.
needs help.
Right.
Nice. And then donations of supplies for that, though, scissors, tape.
And we are in need, I think, this year of wrapping paper, tape, scissors, bows, tags. And they can be dropped off either at Berry City School or the Spalding Educational Alternative. I can collect there also. So that is a way that people can
Nice.
help right now.
The police department's always an option, but
Yeah.
I'm, to drop it off and I will get it there. But my office for every day when school's in is at the school, so I'm more apt to get it right from you there. It's not saying that if you dropped it off there I wouldn't get it, but that's where I'll be.
And you all go out and happily shop. Have you already started shopping?
Not yet.
No?
We have a special elf that helps us every year that I don't know if she wants to remain anonymous, but I'll keep it anonymous for now. That has got a small handful that have already been done, and they've already started shopping for them. We'll be shopping soon.
Do you wait for Black Friday?
No, we actually, Katie was just saying that we started 2 years ago tonight.
Tonight.
So it'll be any time that we'll start. I was going through the list today. I've got, the ones I've called and got back in touch with and everything else. I've got about 20 kids and probably 7 or 8 families that are all ready right now, and that's just the tip of the iceberg that I've got. So I've got enough to go shopping now.
Right.
Believe me, it's a everyday process, just about from when we start until the day that we deliver.
How do you get your list?
A lot of it comes through the school. That's where a lot of it is. Some of it's from my coworkers that might go to a complaint and see that this house, they might need something. Stuff like that. So I do get some from coworkers. Some people do call me, and I do check. I have to. Out of fairness and everything else, is if somebody's with another getting help, I'd rather let the other place help them and get somebody else that might have fell through the cracks.
Yeah.
I'm the type. I'm a sucker when it comes to things. I won't let somebody not have a Christmas. So.
That's not a bad thing.
And that's happened. I think we've gotten lists, a couple of days before
The
Christmas.
night of.
Yeah. So we do our best to.
You just do your best to do it.
Yeah.
Which is
we'll go
pretty
right to last
awesome.
minute. We'll do this right up through and then try to end it like a week or so before Christmas, and then it's like, oh my gosh, now I got to shop for my family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I
Oh,
forget.
shoot, I forgot. Yeah. We're all done.
Yep.
No, you're not. Yeah.
Elizabeth Rand says, "Count me in for the wrapping paper and trimming again this year."
Absolutely.
Nice.
My mother-in-law.
And Matthew says, 3 of Santa's best elves. No, he didn't say anything bad.
I do got to give a shout out to my wife. She's in Florida right now visiting with her sister. Hello. I know
Hi,
they're watching
Mom.
now. She's coming back this weekend. Miss her. So.
But even if she was here, she would not be
No.
sitting here.
No, absolutely not.
She wants
She's
to stay
like
behind
behind
the
the
scenes.
She's the design.
She's usually my partner, my shopping partner.
They get in lots of trouble together.
Yeah, they separate us sometimes, Kathy and I, but we have a great time.
Yeah.
Well, good. That's what it's about, right?
Yeah, so fun.
Do you have
So-
a favorite story?
Oh, I do. Last year, we got it on tape.
Oh, gosh.
Sheesh.
We were doing a shopping at a local department store, and Jen decided that she tried to do a little skateboarding,
I wanted to make sure that the skateboard was safe for any children who may
Yes.
want it.
and she just
Katie encouraged me.
I definitely did.
and she pretty much face planted herself.
I ate it. Yeah, pretty hard at Walmart.
at Walmart. So it was
And you
quite
were
the scene.
taking a video.
We didn't actually buy the skateboard. It turned out like that was not.
No
That was the
skateboards
thing
that
to do.
year.
That was not a safe
no, it
gift.
wasn't gonna work
No.
for kids.
Yes, there is a video of it.
Yes.
And if you ever show it, then Katie's
Oh,
gonna
Katie shows it.
and
Oh, absolutely.
Is it on Facebook?
Yeah, I'm pretty
Once
sure it
was,
is.
and I think I had a lot of views. I had a lot of people checking in to see if I needed anything.
Yeah.
I had one
Which-
friend actually
wow.
brought me some Ben Gay that
that,
night.
well, that's nice.
Yeah.
At least
It was fun. I was ready to go the next day to shop again.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, but
but I'm not getting skateboards for anybody.
Yeah, that was a fun time.
How about you? You have a favorite story, funny story, favorite story?
I sure do. As I was saying, Kathy is my partner sometimes. And I got a little bit ahead of her, and she was worried she lost me. She came around corner 3 at Walmart so fast and hit the pole with her cart.
Oh no!
So that's when
Knocked the wind out of her.
Yeah, that's when they heard us laughing from afar
Yeah.
and came and separate us. I had to go with Katie and Kathy
Yep.
with Jason. But it's always everything is so fun.
Yeah.
It's just so fun.
Yeah. It
We
is
laugh a lot.
It is stressful doing it, but you got to have fun. You got
Right.
to have fun doing it.
Yep. How about you, Katie?
Oh, absolutely. My best friend Peter came over to rap with us one night. We're listening to all the music, having fun, and you should see the gifts that he wrapped. You would never guess what was wrapped. It was a ball cap, but you could see exactly what it was because he wrapped it like it was.
Talented.
Very.
Well, sometimes it's okay.
Surprise. Not.
So one of the things that is really awesome about Christmas for Kids is that, you go out and you deliver them in full police garb.
Yes.
Yeah. One of the unfortunate matter for children that you're giving these presents to is that they're usually they're in hard economic times, and it's the opportunity for having a positive impact from a police officer, that interaction, instead of something that's traumatic to a child. It's you're showing up in a police officer garb, giving them a gift, and that memory that instills in them. Have you experienced, because you're not just the Christmas for Kids officer there, Jason,
Right.
you're also the school resource officer. Have you experienced the for lack of a better word, blessings of being able to be that person for these children?
Oh, absolutely. I enjoy every second of it. And like I said, 2 things. I'm in the school, and I stay in the school because I love it. I wouldn't be there if I didn't. I enjoy seeing their faces light up. I enjoy seeing the parents cry sometimes when they get the stuff, because they just don't have.
It's a relief
It's
for
a
them.
relief.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a relief. It's there's always a story every year that sticks to you. so it does, and yeah, they all know me. Most of the kids know me from school. Well, actually, all of them do, and that's why I encourage other officers. The chief comes along, some other officers in between calls and all that go, just so they can see a different face, a different police officer. You know, the biggest thing is that we're all human underneath this. You know, I mean, it doesn't matter what you do for work. Everyone's human, and you know, and to get rid of the stereotype that police only come for bad things. We're there for good things too.
Right, to protect as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Sharon Jacobs says students at BCEMS love and respect Jason, which is absolutely true. And Sue Ann Clark says, anything I can do to help, let me know.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
So I'm sure wrapping gifts is definitely on that list of things that
Right, they
would
may
be
get
awesome.
there.
Yes.
Right. Yeah,
Yes.
they may get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you get the funding to do all of this?
A lot of it is through donation. Actually, all of it is. It's donated through the Barry Juvenile or to the Barry Juvenile Officers Association, and that's where we get the funds to buy stuff. I say, and I don't even in my my memory of last year having to shop at Walmart. I try to buy stuff local. The unfortunate part of the whole thing that it's just such a mass. You can't buy everything local,
Right.
unfortunately.
Yes.
But I do as much as I can to keep it into the community and spread the donations back into the community that we serve. So that's where all the funding comes from on that.
So somebody like me could contribute to that. Is there like a link or a donor box or anything like that set up yet this year?
Not that I know. I know the donor box was going last year. I don't know if it's still up from last year. The partnership.
We'll have
with
to ask
that-
Tracy.
Yeah, because Tracy sets up the donor box each year for me. I really appreciate it, Tracy. Love you. And she does an amazing job helping out in that aspect. And I'm sure she'll get that up there very soon. I probably should have asked her to do it before tonight's show. My bad.
But
It's not the first mistake I've made tonight.
Stay tuned. It'll be ready soon.
Right.
anything but if it's monetary or anything like that, it can go to the Barry Juvenile Officer Association, which is located at the police department in Barry City.
Nice.
So if it just put on there care of me, and then I can deposit it into the bank for the funds that go there. We do also have some corporate sponsors that come along through the time. I mean, we have some. I'm sure we'll get to that at some point, but food donations usually. Last year I had a lot come in from Pike, and some other places that helped along with the other aspect of Christmas for kids.
Right. Yeah, because it's a lot more than just the gifts,
No,
for sure.
and we said it's Christmas for kids, but it's gifts as far as toys, yes, but it's also needs. We're shopping for toys, we're shopping for clothes, we're shopping for jackets in some cases, in some chances ski pants, boots, you name it.
Sheets, bedding.
Sheets,
Bedding is a big,
yeah.
a big one for that for a
So
lot of the kids.
it's not just going out and buying Legos. It's more stuff that they need.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, that's awesome. And then the coin drop, right?
Yes.
Does that just automatically happen, or do you have to, how does that work?
The coin drop is something that has to be approved by the city, and the council has always, ever since the beginning of the coin drop for the Christmas for Kids, have always been supportive, and I really appreciate their help in any way possible as far as that goes, because that's a good
Yeah.
part of our funding is through that.
Yeah.
People are so super generous
It's amazing
They are.
to see.
during the coin drop,
I
and
know-
they bring us coffee sometimes.
Yes, that is true.
Which I really love.
Yeah.
There was one year somebody dropped off $600. It was pretty phenomenal. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had
And-
we had some kids bring down something out of their piggy bank one time. I remember that.
Oh,
I think it was last year. it started to rain maybe, and we were ready to close down a few minutes early, but I was.
Yes, you were.
I
We were
decided
having
I
fun.
really just wanted to
Yes.
push it as long as I could, and I stayed. And as the last cone was being picked up and they were dragging me out of the road, a truck had pulled out of the bank and handed me a $100 bill.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That is
Yeah.
awesome.
And it just makes you so happy. Our community's great.
And I do know that this is going to be on the docket for the 19th at City Council. I actually messaged Nicholas today about it, and he said that he'll put it on the agenda for the 19th. So I'm sure we'll get approval for that, and I'm sure they'll allocate the funds to the Barrie Juvenile Officers Association again, which is really awesome because, we have a lot of children in our community that are socioeconomic challenges of Barrie City are extreme compared to other areas. Both Jason and Jen know this because they work in the schools, right? Katie, you work for
Vermont Liquor and Lottery.
right. So you don't deal with children too much.
Not often.
That's
But-
the goal.
They're not in for liquor and lottery.
Yeah.
You do, yeah.
But right, I mean, it's the socioeconomic issues within Barrie City are pretty intense, and this is such a benefit. And John, Joe says, great job for everybody. And John, unfortunately, we don't have a donation link yet, but we will definitely get it up on the 802 Scoop.
Yeah, we'll be sharing it all over.
Absolutely,
Constant.
absolutely, and we'll definitely get that out there. So for folks that are listening, you can go to our Facebook page 802 Scoop, and you'll find that once we get it up there, and that's facebook.com/802 Scoop. And I'm telling that because you know what I did?
What?
I forgot to deselect the Vermont Daily Chronicle, so we are streaming to both 802 Scoop and Vermont Daily Chronicle.
Oh, well, they said they didn't mind.
I'm glad.
So, especially when it comes to things like this.
Like this is great.
Yeah,
This
I
is very
think
good.
I think Guy and Paul would be totally fine with this.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm
they would
pretty
too.
sure Lori Shepherd would have been fine if you were streaming to her too. So
I probably should have just clicked them all and
yeah,
and just
let it go.
and let it go. I'll
See what
probably
happens.
yeah, things happen, So yeah, it's definitely an awesome. It's really awesome, and the community of folks that come around, because there's a lot of people that come and they do the coin drop. There's been some years we've had quite a few people, and of course the wrapping is a lot of fun.
Remember the year that we counted all the soaking wet money?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Steve McKenzie and Rosemary and myself and you and I can't remember who else, but we were like having to flatten it, lay it out all over the counters on the bank, let it dry enough to be able to touch it and get it in piles of 25. It was just insane. It was so wet.
So this is the joy that you don't have to deal with, Jason.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the city councilor's position on doing that.
But last year you kept the top on and you would just lift the top and dump the buckets, right? Because it wasn't soaking wet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think last year, that and
It didn't start raining until close to the end.
Yeah.
And that's when you were
Yeah.
dragging me out of the street.
Yes, yes. Well, I also think that last year I did something different. I started separating the dollars from
Yes.
the coins
Yeah.
at my Jeep. And this way I didn't have to, deal with that at the bank. So it was all mainly dollars in one and then coins in the other. And I think it made it go a lot quicker. And we'll probably do that again this year because it made it a lot easier. But yeah, touching that money is really gross. And I'm just saying, let's be honest.
Sometimes we
Gloves.
get things other than money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got a guitar
sometimes
pick last year, I think.
We
We
never
haven't
know.
gotten fingers yet, but we have
No.
gotten
Oh,
rings.
for goodness gracious.
You'd be surprised what you can get. I
Yep.
mean, remember so were you Carol talks about the ring. Apparently, we had gotten a wedding ring at one point, and I'm sure whoever misplaced the wedding ring was probably in hot water.
Was in big trouble.
Yeah.
That would be my guess.
It's certainly possible.
So how much money do you usually collect throughout the year, including the coin drop? I know the coin drop can get anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000, somewhere around there.
Probably, I'm ballparking it probably about $12,000,
$12,000.
and I spend $12,000.
We can't
There's no leftover.
No.
And it's worth every penny.
No.
It is.
can't talk about the funding side of it without mentioning Tom Lozon.
Oh, no.
You know, he absolutely goes all in for Christmas for Kids, and he calls, you know, National Life, he calls the banks, you know, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. What's the highest you've ever had, Jason? What's the highest you ever collected in 1 year?
It's probably been up over, I bet you it's probably 18.
$18,000.
Yeah.
There we go.
We've been waiting to
Yeah.
celebrate here.
That's nice. That's awesome.
I mean, the program, I mean, it takes everybody, but Tom is definitely a big supporter. If it wasn't for whatever he does to help me on that, the program wouldn't even be anywhere close to what it is right now.
Yeah.
Like I've said, over the years, it's morphed, and we've been able to sustain it, and you know, we make it happen.
Awesome.
You know what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to get a Venmo for...
Oh,
That's smart.
okay,
yeah.
that's you.
You're going to have to get a Venmo.
You should.
Or some sort of... Like, I got a QR code for my campaign.
Yeah.
And I wonder if there's a way to
Smart.
do that for Christmas for Kids. And I'm willing to bet you that
Share it around.
they probably wouldn't charge, right?
I wouldn't think.
That's them, not me.
That's-
I don't have
Yeah.
a clue.
I don't think they
so.
do.
I don't think so.
I think this is something that needs to happen, a PayPal and a Venmo. Although the money...
That does have.
No, the money could go... Because you guys have a bank account with the
Right.
yeah, so
Yeah.
you wouldn't have to go through the city on that. I know that the coin drop goes through the city
Right.
for record keeping. But yeah, no, that's something to put in the little pins.
Yeah.
I do have a new twist that's going on to Christmas for Kids too, and you know, you talk about toys and you talk about clothes, and we talked a little bit about having some donors that had given us some stuff to give out for food. I mean, you talk about the area and needing food. It's sad. So we've had generous donations from the Darling Farm to start with. They give the equivalent probably of a couple 100 pounds of pork that we've already started and gave that out to families.
Nice.
So we've sort of pre-gamed a little bit of that stuff, and we found that out through our school contacts who needed that. I also last year during the Christmas for Kids thing included a good friend of mine, John Trogg of the game warden,
Yeah.
and he saw it, and we were talking, and now I am the area contact for venison for Vermonters. I've worked out with him for the collection of venison, and for me to give it out, which I will be.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not only. I mean, it's going to be there for the Christmas for Kids program, and my hopes is too, because I enjoy hunting and stuff, and I know that there's a lot of elderly people out there that can't hunt anymore, and a lot of times I would
Share that.
Share.
Yeah.
So my hopes is to help with that. So we do have a couple of USDA butchers, Kidder Smokehouse and Central Vermont Meats,
Yes.
Orange Custom Cutting, that are helping out. so that's what venison from Vermonters is basically deer that have been illegally taken, and the game wardens have done their process with it, and it's fresh. If it's something that's been sitting beside the road and they don't know how long it's been there, it doesn't go to the program. If it's something that they know that they go to and it's able to save, then it will go to the program for me in this area. So that's going to help out. I know, like I said, a lot of it, and my daughter knows too. I hunt all the time, and I give a lot away, and most of it, a lot of it's to the elderly and stuff like that. But I just know how much it meant to a lot of people and how it meant to me.
Yeah.
So that's part of the new twist to the venison or to the
Christmas
for Kids program.
Yeah. I mean, it's great because, like you say, that's a huge insecurity for sure, and to be able to give that, so they know they get a good meal and gifts, it makes the entire day complete.
Right. I'm going to be like I
Yeah.
was saying, there's going to be that for the Christmas for Kids, but before then, if we just barely got everything's taken care of for the state, so when meat starts coming in, I'll be able to give that out before Christmas for Kids too.
That's wonderful. Pretty awesome. And we know that we were just talking that Preston's Kia is doing some meal giveaways for Thanksgiving, the complete meal, uncooked, so families can work together to make those meals and have a nice Thanksgiving meal. And I know they'll do it again at Christmas. Last year, I'm trying to remember if they did turkey or ham for Christmas, but one of the same thing where they give the meat and then all the fixings and a pie, and they're just a really amazing partner and all.
Yeah,
all
they are great.
Constant in the community doing stuff. Yeah.
Yes. And we, we'll be doing delivering Thanksgiving
We'll
meals.
be doing that with the help of Preston's too.
It's awesome.
So we're right out straight with everything, and whatever hair I have is going to be gone. So, but you only live once, so
Mine's thinning.
yeah.
Yeah. So you're the techie, Katie.
Yes.
So what is your main role in all of this?
I'm the list keeper. I started it today, actually. So I get the document started and put all the families' names that we have, or the ages, what they want, what they need, and print them out and hand them out to people.
And
we
then
go
I lose
shopping.
them.
And then the checking, and checking again probably happens.
Oh, absolutely.
So you're staying true to the song, making a list, checking
Checking it
Yeah.
twice, 3,
Yes.
4, or 5
Yep,
times.
yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I get it starts. I get the list, or Jen gets the list. The list then goes to Katie. Katie organizes
Yeah.
the list, and then when we go out, we'll say, okay, we're going to do 6 families tonight, or whatever, and then we'll go and deal with it. So if there's 2 or 3 teams of us going out, 2 of us apiece, we'll just take a couple and go.
How many cars? You can't possibly all go in the same car.
At least 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we usually have Kohl's I'll use, for example. They're great. So we'll shop, and at the end we have 10 carts
Yeah,
just
those-
lined
Yeah,
up
we'll
in
just-
front of the store, and they love it too.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
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 Oh,
We-
another partner we have is the Jeep Parade.
Yes.
Forget about that. Yeah, we do it.
Yes. Gonna do Jeep, miss.
We'll be,
Yep.
my fave.
We'll be leading the Jeep Parade with a Ford Cruiser. But
We just got to get Jason to get a Jeep.
well, the city's
trying.
got to buy me a
I'm
Jeep.
not
That's
sure
what they
why
need
he's
to do.
not. Yeah,
Right.
the city's got to take care of that.
I was listening to Travis this morning talking about Jeepmas. Jen,
What?
as a Jeep owner,
Love my Jeep.
when somebody says, "What's the purpose of the ducks?" What do you say?
I say, I don't know, but they're cute.
Oh no! What?
That's what I say.
that's not
It's
what
they
you
say, okay, I know you give them, and you say, oh, what a nice Jeep you have.
No. What you say is
I
that
keep the
it's
pink
a
ones.
Jeep thing you wouldn't understand.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna say that. Okay,
That's
I didn't know that yet. It's been a few years, but I still didn't know that. I know that line.
okay. That's what
But
you're
I didn't
supposed
know
to
the
say
duck.
when
So what's the real purpose?
Michael doesn't know
It's
either.
a Jeep thing.
Okay.
You wouldn't
Great.
understand.
I just want to make sure.
It's an inside thing that only
Yeah,
us
they don't
Jeep-
have a clue. Right.
Yeah,
Correct,
and it's
correct.
buried so far in Michael's head he can't
Oh
remember
no!
it.
Oh no! And Jen knows too. We're right. We know. We
Yeah,
know.
we're like yeah.
It's a Jeep thing,
yeah,
right,
it's a
Jen?
Jeep.
Yeah, you don't
thing.
understand.
It's just
Yeah.
you don't understand.
But if you get one, you might understand.
yeah, you should
I
get
encourage
one.
you to get one.
Too
Yeah.
funny.
Jeeps
Well,
are
I would
amazing.
love to get one, truthfully.
I love-
that would be wonderful.
Love mine.
It's
My
amazing.
husband doesn't love it so much, but
Well,
The one,
You
well,
know.
the one that
Someplace,
I want, Michael says is not a real Jeep.
what?
I want the one that you had a rental for when your car was getting fixed.
It's not that it's not a real Jeep. It's she's talking about the Gladiator. It's
That's what I want.
kind of a Jeep. It's like
I want the half and half.
yeah, no, I think
I mean, I'll say this, and I'm sure Jen would agree. Do you wave at the gladiators? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's like there's certain classes of Jeeps, right?
Yeah.
And there's a whole hierarchy of which Jeeps are more important than the other ones.
Oh my! Only in your mind, darling.
ours
No,
are pretty
Only in your
important.
mind.
Yeah.
It's not only
We're
in
up
my mind.
on.
Am I
We're
correct?
high on that list. Yes.
Yes.
My
So
best friend has also a matching Jeep to my Jeep. Like you
there's-
wouldn't understand.
It's a thing.
So is it?
It's
Is
a
it
They
thing.
don't understand.
And when you see a Jeep up in a parking lot, what do? You park next to it, correct?
And then you duck them.
And then you duck them. Yes.
And if they're
Then
there,
duck
you
'em.
have to
So
Good
do you-
gracious.
wave them.
So do you have like a special wave or like the motorcycles?
The motorcycles?
That go by,
Absolutely.
the two fingers down.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to wave. It's usually. It's just. You
Just
gotta
a quick
wave. Just
my,
a quick
but
wave.
my husband will drive my Jeep sometimes, and he won't wave. And I tell him, I'm like, you don't get to drive, so I'm in the passenger seat, like throwing up the quicks.
Yeah, you gotta do.
He doesn't
that
get it.
'cause
It's a Jeep thing. He doesn't
gangster.
He
understand.
doesn't. He doesn't
Yeah.
understand.
sounds
If you
it to
don't.
me.
If you don't do that, the person that
You're out.
waves,
They're mad.
they get pissed.
Yeah, they're not going to wave again.
Yeah, like
No.
what's wrong with that
They're like,
person?
who is that person?
And
Well,
yep.
Jeep
dare
Miss
you.
is December 14th at
Yes.
7 p.m. We meet up at the Walmart parking lot, and everybody will just, yeah.
It's awesome. And I did see they're doing toys, so everyone will bring a toy that can donate it, and then we usually drive back down, a few of us, to the Odd and unload our cruiser, take some
Yeah.
pictures. And
My bet, I haven't set a date for delivery, but that'll be probably like days before I deliver. 'Cause I usually try to get the deliveries out, make a week before Christmas or so.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep, give people a little bit of time.
Yeah.
But that's, and we leave the Berlin Mall and we go up over the airport road, down into South Barry, down through Barry, down the Barry Montpelier Road and into Montpelier.
Yep.
And it's a great time.
Beeping
Yeah.
our horns.
Yeah,
and
at the
playing-
State House.
You may
Christmas
hear
music.
the Christmas
Mariah
music
Carey,
through
All I
the-
Want for
through the
Christmas.
cruiser.
And we're going to blow
Yep.
through lights.
We-
It's just
we
the
do
way
blow
it
through
goes
lights.
because we stick together,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
just like a
And-
motorcycle
and-
rally or anything else.
Absolutely. We're allowed to do that. We're
Yeah.
allowed to break the laws because we're Jeep owners, right?
That's,
Jen?
yeah.
And we invite
Actually,
everybody.
I did run a stop sign once. They didn't think it. You can't do that.
Oh, you can't.
Even though you have a Jeep, it's fine. It's not optional.
Because you weren't in the line of the Jeep Miss.
Correct.
You just did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that police officer was inaccurate. You own a Jeep. You should
I
get
know.
away with things.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Now it's getting deep.
It's getting deep.
They're all going to
Yeah.
have Jeeps next year. I know.
Yeah,
it.
I know. Hey, you know what? I love Jeeps.
Same.
I'm just saying.
They just don't understand.
But
don't-
everybody is
exactly.
welcome to come and
Yeah.
and stand on Main Street and
Any
watch
Jeep,
us
any
and
type.
talk
It's-
as
Jeep,
well.
and Patrick Gilbert says he loves his Jeep Renegade,
Yeah.
which they're welcome at the Jeep Miss.
It's all Jeeps, yes.
Yep.
We have Wranglers and
Yeah.
whatever, everything.
Gladiators, Patriot.
Decorate them
I don't
all
think I've
up.
seen a Patriot.
We had
Compass last
yeah,
year.
Cherokees.
The city's just gonna buy me a Jeep.
I
You what I mean?
know.
Wouldn't that look good in
You
front of
know
the
what?
school?
Yes.
It would be wonderful.
I think that's a really good idea, Jason.
Put some Baja
Do you want me
tires
to
onto
like
it?
suggest that?
We could start a
Yeah.
Venmo. Yeah, we're gonna
Have
do that
um
too.
I'm
have
not gonna. So they do. I think is it in Hawaii that they have Jeeps that are the police officer vehicles?
Oh,
Could
probably for
be.
the beach, yeah.
yeah,
So
could be.
fun.
I'm going
That'd
to
be-
put in a
it-
special request.
that'd
I
be-
want a turquoise one.
You want a turquoise?
Yeah.
There was
You don't want a
act-
green one like mine?
I'm a turquoise girl.
There was actually a little boy last year, and his Christmas
Oh,
list
yes.
said his number one want was a Jeep like Mrs. Carbonneau's.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, you have a white
could
one,
you
right?
find a remote
Black.
control
Oh, it's a
one?
black
Yes, we did get.
You
it.
did?
Of course
Oh,
we
yeah.
did. Yes.
Awesome.
That's
That's
awesome.
awesome.
That is
Yep.
awesome.
That's great. Yeah.
So is there anything else that you think that everybody would like to know or should know or that you would like to share?
Any help that, whether it's monetary or toys or
Wrapping
wrapping
supplies.
supplies, anything like that, would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, and they should be new toys.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And all that stuff can be brought down to the police department.
It can be brought there. Again, I have a special,
In Berry City,
yeah,
for those
Berry
that
City.
are watching.
I've got a special place that I store the toys and we wrap at. That's not at the police department, but if you drop it there, I can certainly bring it to the place that we use.
To the workshop.
To the workshop.
But he would rather you dropped him at the
This
school.
is
You can bring
so.
it to
This
school,
is
Santa's
this is Santa's workshop.
Yes.
Only good elves are permitted, Michael.
What? I've been a good elf this year, ish,
Ish.
ish,
Ish.
ish.
Yeah.
So it's certainly been a fun run, and I continue to look forward to continuing it in the future too.
Yeah.
And so if somebody did want to help you out and donate, should they contact you to maybe get specific donation items to know, so that would you give them a family or a child and say, okay, you can adopt this child and this is who you can get for, or do you just take random?
We could take either way. I mean, it's probably be if they want to want to donate toys.
Legos are very hot.
Legos,
Yeah, Legos are
Legos,
hot.
and stuff like that. I mean, we'll definitely find a home for it.
You know what I just thought of? We need to get you guys a Facebook page. Yep. Christmas for Kids has got to have a Facebook
yeah.
I
page.
bet you'll have that ready by tonight.
Right.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll
Right.
make it happen.
You
I
should.
know you will.
You should, because and then even it's a place if you had a QR code. If you had a QR code on the
I have
Facebook
lots
page,
of Facebook pages.
people could donate.
We'll have to repost that Walmart.
Yes.
Video. Jeez.
Yeah.
But
Katie
people
will
could
do that.
donate year round if they wanted to.
Absolutely.
If they had a little extra or whatever, they could donate through the
Yep,
Facebook
and
page even
they
year
could-
round. And
Yep.
sometimes you have a little more money in the summer than you have in the winter months, and so you might be thinking about it then.
Right.
It would give opportunity for that.
And for folks that do want to donate right now and they have checks, they can mail it to 6 North Main Street, Barrie, Vermont. Is that correct, Jason?
You can mail it there. That it will get to me or the police department, which.
Yep. Just make sure you indicate on it that it's for Christmas for Kids.
Yeah, I mean, that would, if it went to the city, the city office, it would get to me.
Yeah.
As long as it's on there, that or Christmas for Kids or Barrie Juvenile Officers Association.
Yeah, it just has to specify that.
Yeah, then they'll know where it needs to go. And then again, you can always stop at the police department too.
Nice.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. Is there anything else you want to say?
The community support's been awesome. Again, I've done my whole career here in Barrie, so, I wouldn't have. I mean, I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't have the support, and I'm glad that it's gone this long, and I hope it goes for a lot longer. Even if after I leave, it continues.
I hope so too.
I agree.
One of you ladies is probably just going to need to get a badge.
Katie's the youngest. But don't tell anybody. So.
I have asthma. I can't do it.
I would probably.
We'll keep it going.
I mean, honestly, even if I not that I'm leaving anytime soon, but if I was, I would stay.
Do
on
it
for
until you
this.
couldn't.
Make sure it's in good hands. We'll take care of it.
Yeah.
Great. Well,
It's awesome.
That is awesome. Thank you so much for coming in and talking about this, and for folks that are watching. You can, like I said, you can donate money by sending a check to Barry City, 6 North Main Street, Barry, Vermont. That's BARRE for those that may not be local. And that's 05641. And we will definitely get some sort of link, whether it's a donor box or maybe even a Venmo account up, and we'll also get a Facebook page out there. I'm willing to bet you that we could probably get that done sometime tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know you
Jen-
can.
too.
I
Jen
know
knows-
you can
Me
do
too.
it.
Jen knows
Yeah.
how quickly I can
He's-
get a
yeah,
Facebook
you're
page.
quick.
up.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah, we can get stuff done. And we'll share it, always keep track
Absolutely.
of the scoop and make sure we'll be sharing it, talking, everything, keep getting it out there.
Yeah, it does go far away because one of our very good donors is from the Midwest, out towards Colorado.
Nice.
That helps a considerably amount for this area here.
And I believe have already started shopping.
Yes,
taken
she's one
on
of
some
them.
families and is asking for more.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wonderful.
So we're
Absolutely
so
love
thankful
them.
for her every year.
Amazing.
For them, yes.
Amazing.
All right. Well, thank you very much once again for coming here. We want to say thank you to the Vermont Daily Chronicle X account and their Facebook account and their YouTube page. Thank you for watching there. Sorry, Guy, but it's a good thing anyway, and I'm sure he would appreciate
I'm
it.
sure
I
he
appreciate
would.
it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So thanks everyone for watching, and we hope you have a lovely evening, and that's a wrap.
That's
Bye.